What has this whirlwind been like for you, my dear?
An out-of-body experience. Never when I wrote my book originally did I think it would end up in this. And I was thinking about that the morning I left for Toronto for the premiere. I was in the car. It was very early in the morning. I'd just come back from Europe and left the next day for Toronto. And I thought about how far this whole thing has come since the beginning. And of course, it's a very joyous experience that such a good film has produced about what I think is an important story. But I also think about the pain so many people experienced in whether survivors of the Holocaust, whether they're children, and seeing this happen.
Yeah, exactly. And for me, being a daughter of a survivor, it was painfully hard to watch, just because how can anybody claim that? How can anybody say that the Holocaust didn't happen?
Well, the thing to remember is these people know they're lying. Liars know they're lying from the outset. But the problem is that people believe them and pay attention to them, and I think that's what has to be challenged.
You recently said, I was reading some articles about you and stuff, and you recently said that you're kind of sad that this movie is being released in such a fragile time for Jewish people. Can you explain that for me?
Well, I think there's been a great rise in anti-Semitism in recent years, a rise in prejudice in general, a rise in hatred. I never thought that anti-Semitism would be such a current issue. Not long ago, I gave a talk at the UN before 600 people. They had a high-level meeting on anti-Semitism and combating anti-Semitism. And I think there's just a lot of hatred in this world, and it's been legitimized, and people feel brave in expressing their hatred and their contempt, and it doesn't make for a good world.
No, it really doesn't. It's scary. Raising children in this world right now, it's scary. Having somebody like Rachel Weisz play you, seriously?
Unbelievable. First of all, she's a magnificent actor. She's just got well springs of talent that are unbelievable. She wanted to pull as much out of me as possible, to portray me in as strong a fashion, as realistic a fashion, but in her own fashion. She wasn't copying me. She was creating her Deborah Lipstadt, and I am very grateful that she was chosen.
Yeah, what was it like to just even be alongside her, just to watch, what she was doing?
Well, first of all, we spent a couple of days in her kitchen, just talking. She wanted to know everything about me. Tell me about yourself. Tell me about growing up. Things that had nothing to do with the film, but she said when she's crafting the role, those things will come into it. Somehow they will shape what she has to say. And it was just amazing, because she's not only is she a professional's professional, but she cares so deeply about fighting hatred, and she cares equally. I mean, the movie is not just about fighting hatred, it's also about the difference between truth and lies, and she feels that very strongly, too.
Yeah. What are you hoping that, I'm just hoping that everybody will see it, but I am really hoping that, that they show this in schools, that they show this to young generation, because let's face it, the last of our Holocaust survivors are dying, and there's not going to be too many left, unfortunately. How do we keep this alive?
Well, I think, I hope through films like this, I hope through teaching, as I do at the university, at Emory University, through museums. You have a museum in Chicago, museum in Washington, D.C., and other places. The message is, this is not just about a historical fact that happened. The message is about something like this is possible. And then it's possible for people to go out there and deny it. And how good people, bad things happen. And when good people, I'm paraphrasing now, but when good people stand silently by, you can't be a bystander when you see hatred. You can't be a bystander when you see people lying. You've got to stand up and fight. You can't fight every battle, but they're important ones you can't pass up.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Such a pleasure and honor to meet you.
Thank you.
And
thank you.
Good luck with everything.